A 29-gallon is one of the most common sizes of aquariums. Great size allows for a variety of species, but not too large to set up and maintain. In this video, I do a deep dive into the options for setting up a 29-gallon aquarium for the least cost and best value. Hi everyone, it's Connor. Welcome to or back to my channel. So I originally started doing these aquarium cost comparison videos when I was looking to buy a 55-gallon setup for myself. And so I kind of dove into the research for what would be the cheapest setup and make the most sense. And so I made a video on that, and then I continued the series on other common size aquariums. So today we're going to go through the best, cheapest, but also best value setup for 29-gallon aquarium. And when I say 29-gallon aquarium, that's really the common aquarium size. If there is any 30-gallon aquariums that match up, I'll say that too, so just right around 29 gallons. And the goal is to provide you with options for the full setup of a 29-gallon, what you need to get up and running. So now what I'm going to be discussing for each setup, what's going into it is the tank, light, heater, and filter, as well as stand. I'd say 29-gallon, you probably really want either an aquarium stand for it, or you want a very sturdy piece of furniture. I really don't think it's something you should skip on. I think this is really a size where you need to make sure you have a sturdy piece of furniture and you can't just put it on any random desk, really. And now today I'll talk through 3 different options. The first being kind of a minimal setup where you buy all the pieces separate. The second is the cheapest all-in-one kit, so you're basically just buying the kit, comes with everything. And then last is stylish. I do like rimless aquariums myself and stylish looking ones, so I do also want to explore that and what's the cheapest option in that kind of niche. But anyway, let's turn over my computer and I'll kind of just walk through all the setups and the products I would recommend. All right, so let's start off here with the first setup, and I'm calling it the minimum Aqueon setup. If you watch some of my other videos in the serials, you know this is a common theme. And the reason for this is the Aqueon standard tanks tend to be the cheapest, and they're also highly rated. They're pretty much the standard of tanks. If you want to get a quality tank for a good price, that's pretty much the go-to. So we're going to go with the Aqueon standard 29-gallon, and not on sale. This is going to usually cost you anywhere from $75 to $80 right now. If you do get it from Petco and they do have the $1 per gallon sale, which they usually have a couple times a year, you can get it for as low as probably around $30. So definitely look out for that if you're not in a rush to get this. And what we're also going to be doing with the setup is buying all the pieces separate. So all individual pieces to put the aquarium together. So separate light, separate filter, separate heater, etc. So anyway, let's go through everything. So as I said, the tank is going to be the standard Aqueon 29-gallon. Runs you anywhere from $75 to $80, not on sale. A lot of times you will be able to find these on sale just at local fish stores and then also from Petco. But if Petco's having a $1 per gallon sale, as I said, you might be able to get it for as low as $30, which is a big win for this size of a tank. Next is going to be a light, and the best value one I found is on Amazon. It's $30. It's from a brand called Aqueon, and I'm actually running this light, a larger one, the size up on my 40-gallon here. So this is the light I would recommend personally. It has all the different color hues, so you can use it for plants, and it just looks pretty slim. And the price, you can't really beat it. Most others in this range for the 29-gallon are going to be between $40 to $45 I saw. Now for the filter, I'm going to show you 2 options here. The cheapest one is going to be $19. It's the Tetra Whisper 30, and it filters 175 gallons per hour. And so that was really the cheapest one I could find that also had good reviews for a 30-gallon aquarium. Tetra's a pretty known brand. I really haven't used too many other products though, so I can't really say much on their quality, but other people seem to like on Amazon. So I would say for a cheaper filter, I don't think you can really go wrong with this. Looks like a standard hang on the back filter. Another option I'm going to propose, and this is the one for 10 gallons and 20 gallons that went out, was the Marine Bio Wheel. So this is actually cheaper for those sizes. For a 30-gallon or 29-gallon, it's $25, slightly more than the Tetra, but not really too much. People seem to love these filters. It is actually going to filter 200 gallons per hour because it is rated for 30 to 50 gallons. But it is probably going to be a better value overall because you are going to get more gallons per hour. So if you are going to stock more, maybe that's the one you want to go with. But those are pretty much two options, pretty close in value, but the cheapest is going to be Tetra, so that's what we're going to choose for this exercise. Next is the heater, and so I'm going to look at 150 watt heaters. That would be my choice for a 29 gallon. 100 watts will work too, but usually when you look at the price difference between the two, it's usually only a couple dollars more, and I'd rather go with the safer choice and get a 150 watt one. Now, there's two choices I have here. The cheapest is going to be by a brand. I have no idea how to pronounce it, BNZAQ. I never heard of the brand before, but it has good reviews on Amazon, and it's only $15 for 150 watt heater. So if you're going for the cheapest, but also good reviews, that's going to be your go-to. Now, me personally, I've used the brand Lushy pretty much since I got aquariums. They just had good reviews on Amazon when I was looking for heaters initially, and it's $23 for their 150 watt one. I've been using their heaters for about 3 years now and literally never had any issues with them. So I would personally vouch for them. It's only a couple dollars more, but if you're going for the cheapest, then the other brand, $15 is the way to go. And judging by other people's reviews, they look just as good. Now for stand, these are not the cheapest for a 29 gallon. The least expensive I found is going to be anywhere from the $60 to $70 range, and these are going to be open ones, pretty much made out of metal. I personally like the Attribution Brooklyn metal one. On sale at $67, about $85 not on sale. I actually have this for my 55 gallon. There are some issues with leveling, but kind of easy to fix. I do have actually a long-term review on the stand if you want to check it out and see some of the issues. Just the tank might not sit level. You might have to put a leveling wedge or piece of wood under the tank to get it to level perfectly. Otherwise, the stand is very solid and holds up well. There are also a few other options, and they're both open metal stands. There's a brand, Titan Easy, and that's $58 right now on Amazon, and Aquatic Fundamentals for $60. I both don't like the look of both of them as much as Imaginarium, but if you want to save a few dollars, they're probably fine options to go with. And then I'll also add, if you don't like the open look and you want a normal wood stand, the aquaculture stand from Walmart for $97 looks to be the cheapest version. Next, really, most stands, wood stands, are about $130 plus. There are a lot of options in that range, though, if you want to look. But all in total, if we go by all the cheapest products for this Aqueon minimal setup, you're going to be looking at a total of between $170 to $240 on average, depending on what sales you get and what items you pick. Now, that's not including the dollar per gallon sale. If you do get the dollar per gallon sale and everything else for the cheapest price, you can get this down to about $155. All right, so the next setup is we're going to be talking about the best all-in-one kit. Now, the reasoning for this is if you just want to buy everything all in one box and you just want to pretty much take one box home and be able to set it up. It's also very good if you want to just buy it in a store, and then you can just get it in the store, drive it home, and set it up right away. You don't have to worry about getting stuff shipped and timing everything. Now, one thing I'll mention initially is this option does actually compare pretty similar in cost to getting the separate pieces, but it does really depend on the sale of kits at the time. The one we're going to look at, though, that definitely beats all the others is the Top Fin Essentials kit from PetSmart. And pretty much for all the other reviews I've done, this one's beat it out. This one's really the cheapest all-in-one kit overall for almost any tank size that I've looked at so far. I actually have the 55 gallon kit. So far, I've had it for close to a year now. Tank's held up fine, no issues with that. I will say the equipment overall is kind of mediocre. Really, I don't like the heater. Filters do fine, basically just hang on back filter. And the light's been fine too, and I've had Anubias in the tank doing very well. Now, for the price of it on sale, right now I see it for $105, and then for full price, I see it for $140. One thing to note, though, is PetSmart is known for having very good sales on major holidays. And then if you do wait for Black Friday, this past Black Friday, they had a sale on this kit for 50% off. So that would have been $70 for the whole kit. I don't know if future Black Fridays will have as good of sales or what they'll have. So that's just something to keep in mind if you do want this kit and you wait till Black Friday, you might get a very good deal on it. But it's also just a maybe, you know. And so that's pretty much what the kit comes with: the light, filter, and heater all in one, and obviously the tank. The one thing that it doesn't come with, though, is the stand. And so we're just going to go with the same stand that we mentioned in the Aqueon minimal setup. So it'll cost you anywhere from $60 to $100, depending on which one you want. So now the total cost of everything, including the stand, is going to be between $165 to $240, based on whether you get the average sale or the full price, and then possibly as low as $130 for everything on Black Friday. And there might even be some better Black Friday sales for stands that I haven't mentioned, so you can look out for that too. Now last, I want to talk about the most stylish setup, and one thing I'm going to mention for this is the price definitely gets expensive for this. It's a big jump up. So I'm going to look at the brands that I usually look at for rimless aquariums and kind of go from there. So we're going to go from the most expensive to least expensive. So first one is Waterbox, and now I'll mention they used to have a Clear Mini 30, and it's no longer on the website, and that actually used to be cheaper, so it's kind of unfortunate that that no longer exists. The largest Clear Mini you can get now is a 20-gallon, but they do have a 33-gallon, and that's $400 for just the rimless aquarium, so pretty expensive. Next is a brand called UNS, and they have a lot of different sizes of rimless aquariums. The closest to a 29-gallon they have is 26 gallons, and that's $350, so also pretty expensive. And then lastly, there's a brand called Landon. They're pretty much the popular rimless aquarium brand on Amazon. Never used them myself yet. They have good reviews though. They are $320 for 30 gallons. So if you do want a clear silicone rimless aquarium, this is going to be your best bet. But I did actually find a surprising option that I wasn't expecting, and that's one by Aqueon. They have a frameless cube aquarium that's 35 gallons. And that is $200 for full price, or $165 on sale right now. The only negative about this is you're not going to have the clear silicone. It has black silicone, but it still is a rimless aquarium, and it's a cube, so it looks pretty cool. And you are getting 35 gallons, so for $165, I do think that actually is a steal. I personally never used it though, and I don't really know anyone who has. So just keep that in mind. You want to look deeper into reviews to see how it's held up for people long term. For equipment, we're just going to go with the same equipment as the minimal Aqueon setup, because that was the cheapest that we researched. Now for stand though, this is the one thing that is also going to cost you a bit, because there is no, the regular stands aren't going to exactly fit on it. You could modify them with wood, and they will support the weight, but just make sure you have a thick piece of wood that fit completely under the full cube, because it is going to stick out wider than the stand. It might look a little funny though, so it's kind of up to your discretion if you think it's worth it. Aqueon does have an official cube stand though, and this is $150. I actually wrote $130 on the screen by accident, realized after that was a smaller one, so you want to get the $150 one. It does have not many reviews, and the reviews it does have are not so great, so keep that in mind. You might need to do a custom solution, or just look at some of the more expensive cube stands online, like Waterbox or UNS, for example. But if we do go with that stand and then do go with the Aqueon rimless cube, in total it's going to cost you anywhere from about $350 to $400, depending on what sales you get. So definitely a good jump up from any of the other standard setups, but if you do want a nice stylish rimless aquarium, that's going to be your best bet. But that does wrap up the three setups. Now for what wins overall, in my opinion, it's going to be the minimal Aqueon for a 29 gallon. It is close to the top end and price, and it does depend on the sales you get for everything. But if you get the minimal Aqueon, getting all the separate products, the item quality is definitely going to be higher than the top fin, especially for like heater and filter. So I would say that would be my go-to in my opinion. And if you have any equipment from previous tanks that you can use on this size tank, then it's also going to be a big win in that regard. Little note is definitely look for sales. Two notes are $1 per gallon sale for Petco. They kind of just have them at random times throughout the year. Usually maybe twice as you see them. Kind of just got to keep an eye out. Look on like Reddit and stuff. And then the other is major holidays for PetSmart. Pretty much any major holiday, they'll have pretty good sales on aquarium. But that does wrap up my breakdown for the cheapest 29-gallon aquariums in 2022. I am curious if anyone does find any better deals that come up in the future, or even that I missed. And I plan to go through other common sized aquariums in the future and give a comparison like this. So right now I have a 10-gallon, 20-gallon, 55-gallon, and then this one is 29 gallons. So in the future, I'm gonna go to the larger size tanks and wrap up the series with a 75-gallon and 125-gallon. And so if you did find this video helpful, please give it a like so others can find it more easily, and subscriptions to my channel are always very appreciated. But anyway, I appreciate everyone watching, and I'll catch everyone next time.